Hi, it's Jodie and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to be doing my June TBR and just can't believe we're halfway through the year already. Like, yeah, scaring me a little bit, not gonna lie. The reading plans for June are, let's just say, ambitious, and I honestly don't know how the month of June is going to go. I know the next couple of months I'm going to be very busy, so I'm hoping that I find plenty of time for reading, but like honestly I just don't know. But yeah, we're going with like a super ambitious TBR anyways, because as you know, I'm very optimistic about my reading and then I never end up really reading as much. But yeah, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna just see if I manage even half of these. I doubt, but yeah. This TBR is really random. There's a lot of arcs on this TBR as well that actually do come out in June or July, so yeah, leaving it last minute as usual. But yeah, let's just get straight into the video. The first one I have on my TBR is Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. So this is my Patreon buddy read for June and I'm really excited to read this one. My friend Mika read this recently and she absolutely loved it, so I'm really excited to read it and see if I do as well. I have downloaded the audiobook because I might listen to the audio, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see like how I gel with the writing, but I believe this is Victoria Aveyard's first adult fantasy book, but I may be wrong. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Victoria Aveyard is the author of the Red Queen series. I read the Red Queen and I think the second book years ago, like when they both first came out, so I don't really remember much about them or anything. I would like to reread that series, to be fair, because it is becoming a TV show and I do feel like I kind of missed out not reading that series, so I would like to. But yeah, I'm just really intrigued by this one, and as I said, this is the book that my patrons have picked for June, so I'm really excited for us to read this together. If you want to join us, I will have my Patreon link down below. I will be doing a spoiler-filled reading vlog for this book, and we also have a Discord to discuss it throughout the month and stuff, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't actually know a lot about this. I just know it's your typical like heroic kind of saves the day kind of story, you know what I mean, like just your classic kind of almost YA kind of vibe to it, but I think this is adult fantasy. I'll read the synopsis just because I don't really know a lot about this book, to be honest. It says, a strange darkness is growing in the ward. Even Karina and Amarat can feel it, tucked away in her small town at the edge of the sea. Fate knocks on her door in the form of a mythical immortal and a lethal assassin who tell Karina that, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, I hope it is, who tell Karina that she is the last of an ancient lineage with the power to save the world from destruction. So yeah, your typical kind of trope there with like the whole, you know, one of a kind, like you need to save the world kind of thing. But I'm a sucker for that, like I love that, so I hope this is going to be good. Because a man who would burn kingdoms to the ground is raising an army unlike any seen before, bent on uprooting the foundations of the world. With poison in his heart and a stolen sword in his hand, he'll break the realm itself to claim it, and only Karina can stop him. Alongside an unlikely group of reluctant allies, Karina finds herself on a desperate journey to complete an impossible task, with untold magic singing in her blood and the fate of the world on her shoulders. So yeah, I really like the sound of this. I really hope there's romance, but I don't think there is, to be honest, which kind of sucks. You know I love romance in my fantasy books. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this and I'm hoping that it will be a lot of fun, and yeah, I love this cover as well. Like I just think it's such a nice cover. Okay, so next I do actually have some proofs here, but these aren't all the proofs that I want to read because they're mixed in throughout the pile, but these ones are piled together. So I'll start with this one because I'm actually currently reading this and I'm hoping to finish it very soon. So that is For the Wolf by Whitten, and I'm about 100 pages in. I'm on page 121 and I'm really enjoying this. I actually read those 121 pages in one sitting, so I feel like that says a lot. I'm loving this so far. I feel like if you're a fan of Sheer Earnshaw, you would definitely like this writing style and the vibe of this book. It has a really super like creepy supernatural forest in here, which really reminded me of Winterwood. It reminds me of the Winterwood, and it's called the Wilderwood in here as well, so I like that. I like creepy forest, atmospheric kind of vibes, like you can picture yourself there, you get scared, like I like that kind of writing. And yeah, I would say Whitten's writing is very reminiscent of Sheer Earnshaw's, and I love Sheer Earnshaw's writing. So yeah, basically in this we have a few different perspectives. So we have two sisters and one is for the wolf. So basically she will be sacrificed to the Wilderwood to be given over to the wolf, which is this guy, and he apparently is responsible for these 5 kings who have almost become like gods and deities now, going missing. and keeping them prisoner in this like forest that no one can go into because it kills you. That's like the legend, and every time the second daughter becomes the age of 20, I think she has to be sacrificed to the forest, and then the other daughter will become the queen. Her sister will become the queen, and our main character in here, Redaris or Red, is the sacrifice. And yeah, so I really love this. It's like a little Red Riding Hood retelling, but with the folklore vibe, and like there's a really cool kind of like world building in here that's really like interesting and like really immersive. And I think there's also a bit of romance in here, and there's lots of different characters, and I'm just really enjoying this so far. Like, it's just so good, and I already recommend this, but I will be doing a full review for this book as soon as I finish it. So I believe this comes out on the 17th of June, so yeah, my review will be up soon, and I am hoping to binge my way through this ASAP and finish it obviously before it comes out. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this, so I plan to finish this at the very start of June. Then next we have another one with wolf in the title, and that is A Red Wolf by Rachel Vincent. So this one doesn't actually come out till July, but I possibly want to read this in June. Oh, it's so floppy, and I just, can we just take a moment to appreciate publishers who just do this? Oh, I love it. I love a floppy paperback. But I think this is also a sort of Little Red Riding Hood reimagining. There seems to be quite a lot of those coming out this year, and all around the same time, and I'm here for it. I love this kind of atmospheric, foresty, dark, twisted kind of vibe, so I'm really excited to read this one as well. It says it's a high stakes pacey reimagining of Little Red Riding Hood that is perfect for fans of Stephanie Garber and Megan Spooner. For as long as 16-year-old Adele can remember, the village of Oakvale has been surrounded by the dark woods, a forest that light cannot penetrate, filled with terrible monsters. Like every person who grows up in Oakvale, she has been told to stay clear of the woods unless absolutely necessary. But unlike her neighbours in Oakvale, Adele's destiny lies in the darkness. So yeah, I love the sound of this one. I'm so here for all of these books that are like set in dark forest. Also, I forgot to mention for this one, there is a lot more to the plot. There's like monsters and stuff in here, and like basically like threatening to kind of take over this forest in the human like world, and I assume our main character Red will have something to do with stopping it. So yeah, I forgot to say that. It just reminded me when I was reading the synopsis of this one. But yeah, again, another reimagining of Little Red Riding Hood. I'm so excited to read this one, and I cannot wait to get to it. I will probably read it straight after For the Wolf and read them all together, because I just think that will be quite fun. I will probably be in the mood for it. Yeah, there's that one. Then we have The Wolf and the Woodsman by Reid. So this one actually comes out on the 8th of June. So this one I will pick up next, probably after For the Wolf. I really need to get a move on with this one. I got my dates mixed up and for some reason thought this was coming out in July, but obviously I was wrong. It says on the back, stories don't have to be true to be real. So it says, a spirited outcast, a disgraced prince, a world where monsters roam free. In her forest-failed pagan village, Aveyard is the only woman without power. When soldiers arrive from the Holy Order of Woodsman to claim a pagan girl for the king's blood sacrifice, Aveyard is betrayed by her fellow villagers and surrendered. But when monsters attack the Woodsman and their captive en route, they slaughter everyone but Aveyard and a cold one-eyed captain. Except he's no ordinary woodsman, he's a disgraced prince, Gaspar Barony, whose cruelly zealous brother has plans to seize the throne and instigate a reign of persecution and genocide. With no one else to rely on, Aveyard and Gaspar form a tenuous pact to stop his brother. As the mission takes them from the bitter northern tundra to the smog-choked capital, their mutual loathing slowly turns to affection, but trust can easily be betrayed, and as Aveyard reconnects with her estranged father and discovers her own hidden magic, she and Gaspar must decide where loyalties really lie. So I love the sound of this, because it sounds like we've got enemies to lovers in here. We've got the whole like magical paganism, and I just love the sound of this. They're like witchy vibes, and you know, like a plot to overturn the throne and like save the kingdom and a bit of romance. Like, yes, I love all of those things, so I'm really excited to read this one. And yeah, I've heard really good things about this. This proof, by the way, is absolutely beautiful, so I hope I can read and review this before it comes out. If not, it will be around the time of publication, but hopefully before. So I'll definitely be picking this up at the start of June, and I just hope that I love it, because I've got very high expectations for this book. Okay, so the next book is another proof, and this one also comes out in June. I recently got this from the publisher, and I'm very excited to read this. So this is the Maidens, and this is by Alex Michaelides, and this says on the back, jealousy, lies, obsession, murder, the spellbinding new thriller from the author of the record-breaking global bestseller The Silent Patient. I didn't actually realise it was the same author. I've never read The Silent Patient, but basically this was pitched to be like a dark academia thriller, and I believe it follows like a professor, and he's a Greek tragedy professor. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I'm intrigued. There's someone called Mariana, I think, and she believes that this professor is actually a murderer and that he's like super like weird. And there's a secret society of female students known as the Maidens, and yeah, I think like it's about them and this weird like society, and obviously this professor, and I think this professor might have an obsession with them, or one of them, and I think Mariana is the one who like tries to figure out like what happened. I don't know a lot about this, and with thrillers I typically don't like to know too much about the plot. Like I like to go in there knowing very little, so that when I go in, like the plot twists and things like that are gonna hit me full force. So yeah, I don't know too much about this, and I don't want to read too far into the synopsis, so I will have this link down below if you do want to hear more about it. But I just think this sounds really interesting. I like the secret society thing, the campus setting, and like the Greek tragedy professor, and the fact that it's a thriller. And also just look at this proof, like I'm absolutely obsessed. I have a copy of this pre-ordered as well. Honestly, I don't remember what date this comes out. 10th of June, so this is another one I need to read ASAP. I'm very excited for it, and yeah, like looking for a thriller, I would suggest checking this out because I feel like it's gonna be quite a unique one, and if you like The Silent Patient, then obviously it's the same author, might be worth giving it a go. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. I haven't actually read a thriller in so long, so yeah, I'm really excited. Sure, I may as well just talk about the other proof I have here. So this one comes out in July, and I just can't wait for this one. It's Fae, and it's got romance in it, I believe, and this one is These Hollow Vows by Lexi. And look at this proof, it's such a nice proof, like I love it. It says on the back, the king was right about one thing: I am a great thief, I can steal just about anything, but a fairy prince's heart, I wouldn't know where to start. Yes, please, like oh my gosh, I love fae stories, you all know that, and I love fae romance, so this sounds like made for me. So I will quickly read out the full synopsis because I feel like a lot of people haven't really heard of this book. I don't know how or why, but yeah, a lot of people who watch my channel do like these kinds of books as well. So it says, go to the Sealy court, find the queen's secret portals, enter the most dangerous place in Fairy, find my sister and rescue her from a power-hungry king. Child's play. Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is preferable to their vicious schemes. But when her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unseelie court, there is nothing Bree wouldn't do to get her back, including making a deal with the king himself to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Sealy court. Gaining unfettered access to the Sealy court is easier said than done. Bree's only choice is to pose as a potential bride for Prince Ronan, the Sealy prince who's not quite as wicked as she once thought. Unwilling to let her heart distract her, she accepts help from a band of Unseelie misfits with their own secret agenda. But as Bree spends time with the mysterious leader Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. Caught between 2 dangerous courts, Bree must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I love fae romance and this kind of thing. I feel like I'm gonna love this. Like, I'm on a romance kick after reading Punk 57, so anything with romance I'm here for. So excited to read this one. I'm hoping to pick this up towards the end of June before it comes out in July. This comes out on, if I can find the date, I didn't actually know when this comes out. Oh, there's a map in the proof, love that. Right, there's no exact date, it just come out in July, so yeah, really excited for that. That's all the proofs that I want to read next month. I do still have so many more that are coming out in July that I need to read, but I will probably read them at the start of July. So I'll just get into some books I have in my pile here. I have this book here, which is called Black Sunshine by Karina Halle, and this is a very dark vampire romance. And I bought this because someone I follow on Instagram was reading it and putting stories about it, and she absolutely loves romance, and I trust her opinion, and I only bought it because she was reading it, and I'm really excited to read it. Like, I actually cannot wait to read this. And yeah, like, just dark twisted romance with vampires, absolutely, please. Like, yes please, cannot wait to read this. I don't even know that much about it at all. I literally just know it's dark romance with vampires. So it follows someone called Lenore, and she's like planning her 21st birthday and everything, and then a week before she can turn 21, she gets kidnapped by the brooding and dangerous stranger with cold eyes and a lethal touch who has been stalking her on San Francisco's San Francisco's fog-shrouded streets. Yeah, he's a centuries-old vampire who's caught between wanting to kill her and wanting to save her. And she's actually a vampire as well, but she just doesn't know that she is. She was taken by a pair of vampire slayers when she was just an infant. She was never raised knowing her true nature, but once she turns 21, she'll fully turn into a vampire. This guy wants to, like, guide her and help her and everything. But it says, opening her eyes to her deepest hunger, both sexual and otherwise. And then it says, But this turning can't be kept a secret. Soon both slayers and vampires are hunting Lenore, with only Solon and his unpredictable motley crew of vampires to save her if they don't kill her first. And I said it's a dark adult standalone romance with a paranormal twist about sex, love, secrets and revenge, set in contemporary San Francisco. Does that not sound absolutely incredible? After reading Punk 57, I just want all of the romance, and I just cannot wait to sink my teeth into this book. No, seriously though, like, I cannot wait to read this. I really hope that I love it, and I hope that I do get to it next month. So if I feel like a dark romance, then I will definitely be picking this one up. Then next we have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. So I started reading this in April, I think, and I read this for my self-care readathon with some of my friends, and then I just didn't finish reading it. I just put it down because I just wasn't really in the mood for it anymore. So I'm about halfway through it. I'm on page 238, and yeah, I want to finish this book next month because I hate putting books down and not finishing them. It's not that I wasn't enjoying it, I just wasn't really in the mood for it anymore, but I'm hoping I can pick it back up, dive straight back into the story and finish this soon. So I do plan to do that next month, and I'm really excited to finish it because I love Will. Oh, absolutely love him. Team Will all the way. Cannot wait to finish it and see what happens. So yeah, I'm not going to go into what this is about. It's set in the same world as the Shadowhunters and all that stuff. Set before the Mortal Instruments. It's set in Victorian London, and yeah, the vibes are just, yeah, amazing. So next we have another romance, and this is one I bought as well as of the same person on Instagram. So this is called Sick Fucks by Tillie, and this is like, it's got Alice in Wonderland vibes, and it's a romance, a very dark romance I think. And I have actually started this. I've only read a single chapter, so I'm on page 18, but I was enjoying it so far. So it's I'll read the synopsis for this one. So it says, when Alice Earnshaw and Heath and James met as children, they couldn't have been more different. Alice was loud and beautiful, blonde hair, bright laughs and smiles. Heathen was dark and brooding and obsessed with watching things die. The pair forged an unlikely friendship, unique and strange, until they were ripped apart by the sick cruelty of others. Separated for years, both locked in a perpetual hell. 11 years later, Heathen is back for his girl. Back from a place from which he thought there was no return. Back to seek revenge on those who wronged them. Time has made Heathen's soul darker, polluted with hatred and a thirst for blood. Time has made Alice a shell of her former self, a little girl lost in the vastness of her pain. As Heathen pulls Alice out of her mental prison, reviving the essence of who she once was, down the rabbit hole they go. With malice in their hearts and vengeance in their veins, they will seek out the ones who hurt and destroyed them, one at a time, each one more deadly than the last. TikTok. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I read the first chapter, and like one of the main characters, the girl, is like obsessed with Alice in Wonderland, so that's what the TikTok and rabbit hole thing's to do with. Looking forward to reading this. I hope that I like it. It's supposed to be really dark romance, and I'm just really intrigued by it, so I will pick this one up if I'm in the mood for romance. Also, I do really want to binge read this soon, so yeah, hopefully I do. Then next we have another dark romance, and this is a Persephone and Hades retelling, and I got this for my birthday in March, and I've been meaning to read it for a while, so I'm really excited about it. I don't know too much about it except that it is a retelling. I don't want to know any more than that. I just want to go into this with an open mind, not knowing anything, and just enjoy it. All I know is Persephone and Hades, dark romance. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. So that is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. As she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, a love for the god of the dead grows, and it's forbidden. So it's a forbidden romance. It's supposed to be really smutty, really dark, and I'm here for that. Like I said, after reading Punk 57, I just want all the dark romance in my life. And when we spoke about this on a live show that I did on my channel last month, which I'll link down below, everyone in the comments was saying that this is amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited to pick this up, and I am hoping to pick it up next month. It depends like how I get on with all my arcs, but yeah, I really do want to pick this one up like ASAP, and I'm so excited. And I'm also in love with this cover. It's so pretty, and yeah, I can't wait to read it. Then next, this one is random, and I don't know if I will read this. I was kindly gifted this by a subscriber, and this is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. So the reason I'm putting this on my TBR is because I am planning to do a 24-hour readathon with my patrons later in the month of June. So we'll be doing it from Friday to Saturday, and we have like a Discord channel, and we're going to be doing like a little live show and stuff on my Patreon. It's going to be really fun, and I thought this might be a really good one to read because it is like quite short. It's not too long, and I've wanted to to read this for so long. I've never read any Patrick Ness either, so I feel like it would be a good choice for the 24-hour readathon. I don't know, because I will have to be in the mood for this, and I'm actually away the weekend we're doing it, so I don't know what books I'm going to take with me, but this one is one that I'm putting on my TBR as a possibility for the 24-hour readathon. So if you did want to join in with the 24-hour readathon, my Patreon is linked down below and you can find out all the info there. But I'm super excited, and I just feel like this will be really fun. I'm not going to go into the synopsis about this one because I feel like a lot of people are familiar with this. It is YA as well, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, and I love this cover. Then next we have a non-fiction, which I'm currently listening to on audio and like reading along with. So this is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and I'm reading this because my friend Lily from Lily C Reads recommended it to me. I struggle with sleep and I want to read some more non-fiction, and she said that this book is just amazing. So yeah, I finally purchased it, and I've been listening to the audio and listening to like the summary on Blinkist, and I definitely do want to continue reading it. So yeah, I'm currently on page 37 and I've already learned a lot and like literally like read next to nothing. So yeah, I plan to like listen to this throughout the month of June, but I don't plan to finish it. Non-fiction is something that I need to process and will take me a long time to, so I do tend to read or listen to these very slowly. But yeah, I will be listening to this throughout the month of June. And then lastly we have a manga, and this is the collector's edition of Fruit Basket. Yeah, I just know that this is apparently quite romantic and it is an anime, and I saw this in the bookstore and I bought it. It's like a big bind up, so I don't know how many volumes are in this one like edition, but yeah, I bought it because everyone says that this is like a really cute and sweet romance. So yeah, I don't know anything else about it, and I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be really cute and I'm just looking forward to it. So yeah, there's that. But yes, those are all the books that I do plan to read in June. So a lot of different books, are very ambitious, but I'm really hoping I can kind of manage my time a little bit better in June and get to most of these books, especially the proofs, because I have a huge backlog of proofs at the moment. So yeah, I really just need to get my shit together and start reading, because I'm just not managing my time at the moment. I do have a lot of work and big life changes going on at the moment for like the next 2 months, so it is going to be difficult to kind of fit reading in, and also like I'm probably going to be quite stressed out, and when I'm stressed I find it hard to concentrate. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get through it, not go into a slump, and read a lot of books. And obviously the 24-hour readathon I'm doing with my patrons will definitely help, and then I think me and some friends are going to do like another little 24-hour readathon at some point as well. So yeah, hopefully I can manage a lot of reading and it will be a really fun reading month. It would be nice if I could read like a ton of books in June and complete my Goodreads challenge halfway through the year. That would be like amazing, but I don't know, I'd have to read like 20 books, so I mean, it's possible, we shall see. I will attempt it, but yeah, I will have all of these books linked in the description box down below if you wanted to check any of them out, and I will have my Patreon linked down below where you can find out about the 24-hour readathon and also get access to extra reading vlogs and videos, life updates, photos, all that kind of stuff is all on my Patreon. All of my social medias will also be linked down below as well. And yeah, I hope that you're all safe and well. I hope you're reading lots of good books, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!